this season. We're really excited to have you here. I know you're in the most comfortable seats in our house. But it doesn't matter, because here's the deal. We have such a popularity for these groups here that the music is going to take you away. You're not even going to feel the bleachers underneath you because these kids are so talented. Before we get started tonight, I just want to remind you that we have VTN up there in the back, and they are recording this tonight, and they will send you a link for this so that you can share it with your family members and spread it around and get our VTN channel viral because your kids are so fabulous. So you don't need to worry about capturing the best shot possible because they're going to do that for you. So we want to thank them for that. And then I just want to remind you to silence your phones so that we can listen to the music and we will get started. So without further ado, I'd like to turn this over to two fantastic music teachers, Mrs. Heather Trader and Mrs. Marconi. Please welcome them.
Okay, so our second piece is an arrangement of a very famous Mozart piece that you probably know the first movement to. So I'm going to put Daniel on the spot if he's okay with it. So, have you heard this before? So we're not playing that. Sorry. You think that's as cool as the first one, right?
Well, this time we won't go fire you up. You're in Crossroads Ladies, right? Yes. Yes! We are the Crossroads Vikings, yes? Guys, I mean, really. Let's try this again. We are the Crossroads Vikings! Thank you. This song is Viking in honor of our work.
We're just going to take a few seconds, get the fun furniture ready, and we'll continue on with our program. Thank you.
Thank you for your patience. My name is Dana Marchioni, and I'm the director of the Symphonic Orchestra here at Crossroads South, for those of you that don't know me. Our first piece is called Legends of Glory. Enjoy. watch the movie Coco. This piece is Remember Me, the most famous song from that movie. And it features our first chair here, Sue Lala, who's going to play a beautiful solo. So enjoy. Okay, I'm going to bet you know this last one too. Carol the Bells, if you don't know by name, well, it's that you know it after you do everything else. This is a really fun piece, we had a lot of fun learning it. Couldn't be more different than our last piece, but it certainly should get you in holiday spirit. Enjoy.
to grab, I'm sorry, I'm coming to grab the microphone because I want you to close your eyes for just a minute. What you just heard was middle schoolers. Think back to when you were in middle school, and that wasn't always the best time of our lives, and these kids are up here playing fantastic music. Let's hear a huge round of applause. Because it just takes your breath away. It's unbelievable. I'd like to take a moment to thank a lot of people. I'm going to rattle for a few people that make all of this happen. Not only am I joined here tonight by all of you, but I'd like to thank my co-administrators, Mr. Kenneth, and our new assistant principal, Ms. Lopez. Well, Mr. Kenneth is here tonight. He helped with a lot of the organizing and the logistics of having a full PE class all during the day and still making sure that this gets set up, which brings me to thanking our custodians and also two people that you see in the morning often when you're here early. The very famous Mrs. Newman and Mr. Michaels. They've been having breakfast, lunch, and dinner with us for the past few days. I should make a room for them so they can stay, but they've been super dedicated, putting in 13, 14-hour days because they love this so much and they're so great. I'd also like to thank our BTN studio and program in that, and thank you so much for being here. And of course, you know how committed you are to dedicating your time, your energy to getting your kids to practice, getting your kids to rehearsals. And last night at the concert, I challenged all of our families that our community needs to keep this going. And so one of the challenges that I had is find somebody in your community that's really little, and I see lots of little ones here. And I want you to either talk to your neighbors or do something to say, look at how magical this is. And get your kids playing an instrument young and stick with it. Because I want just a quick show of hands. Raise your hands if you are a parent of a 6th grader right now. So last year it didn't quite sound like this, right? And they were learning and developing and growing. You have to persevere through those tough times playing an instrument to get here. And then they work through it and get to the high school. So it is important to cultivate our new musicians and to go out and do that. So I'm challenging you, hassle your neighbors, and tell them to buy an instrument, rent an instrument, and get them started so that they can get here. All right. Aside from thanking you for everything, there are two people tonight that deserve a huge, incredible round of applause. Let me say their names, but you're fantastic. I'm going to call you both world-class, and I'm just going to name it here. World-class music educators, Mrs. Heppentrager and Mrs. Martinez. They are humble, but they work hard, and they demand excellence from their kids. And there are music educators throughout the state and this nation who come to learn from them and want to know what's happening here. So we're very fortunate to have that. And with that, I'd like to mention one other person who's here listening in, who is going to be the recipient of our 8th grade students in the future, and that's Mr. Lalamian. He's the high school orchestra director, so he's already scouting kids, so I want to thank him for coming as well. All right, Mrs. Martinez, who's going to give you